We had completed till verse 37. So today we are going to do from verse 38 onwards, Canto 1, Chapter 7. The son of Drona punished. This is the name of the chapter. So now we have come to a point where Arjuna has captured Ashwathama. He has bound him by ropes and all. And Shri Krishna is provoking him to kill him. Instead of binding him, because he has killed five children of Draupadi, he says to Ashwathama should be killed with impunity. You should not even bother, you should kill him. So what is Krishna doing? Krishna is provoking Arjuna. He says, see, such a heinous act was committed and it is important that you do something about it, not just leave it. Isn't it? So, we have come to this point where Sri Krishna is saying these words, and now we will continue from the next verse onwards. So, we are doing Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 1, Chapter 7, verse 38. Now, these are verses which I will read at fast so that you get an idea about it. Furthermore, I have personally heard you promise Draupadi that you will bring forth the head of the killer of her sons. Verse 39, this man is an assassin and murderer of your own family members. Not only that, but he has dissatisfied his master. He is but a burnt remnant of his family. Kill him immediately. Now this is what Sri Krishna is telling Arjuna. He is saying, see, you have told your wife, that means Draupadi. Remember, the children were killed and they were lying in the bed. They were all sleeping. When Ashwathama comes and kills all these five kids. Children means not actually children. See, think about it as they are grown up. They are not that kids. But still, that was a very bad act that was done. Imagine somebody is sleeping and you go and kill that person. Especially in war. In war, it is not allowed. See, there are certain rules which you have to follow in the war as well. And here you find that Ashwathama is going and doing this kind of a heinous act, which is not at all necessary. So when he does that, Draupadi is very upset about the whole issue. Naturally, those are her children. And these children are very dear to her because they belong to her five husbands. Alright? Now this is a very peculiar thing. And all the children are killed by Ashwathama. Naturally, when Arjuna goes over there, he goes and tells her, he says to her that, see, what has happened is not good. I will get you the head of that person, whoever has done this. And he promises her that. It's a promise given by him to his wife. And so he goes in search of Ashwathama. Ashwathama gets very upset and he is afraid that Arjuna will come and kill him. So he releases the Brahmastra. When he releases the Brahmastra, Arjuna goes to Sri Krishna and asks him what is the solution. The solution was he also has to release his Brahmastra. And when the two Brahmastras are meeting, a lot of problems can happen. And through this mantra, he is able to withdraw these two weapons. This is where we had got. And he imprisons Ashwathama. Now the moment he imprisons Ashwathama, he's taking him to, he wants to take Ashwathama to meet his wife. And Sri Krishna is provoking him. You have to understand the nature of Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna always provokes. If you are doing something which you are supposed to do, he will always ensure that you are going to get provoked into doing an action. Because that is the test of that person. Whether the person is going to do it or not do it. If you perform that action which is by itself not sanctioned by the Vedas, that person is going to fall into sin. It will become his karma. And Sri Krishna wants to find out always. He will say, go do it. This is something which we need to know. The way in which he invokes that anger or the upset in a person. You have seen this very often. He has done this even to Shishupal. Has he not done that? He has provoked Shishupal no end. All his wives, Sri Krishna's wives. It is with provocation only. I don't think there is, even Satyabhama, what was the provocation? The Shamantaka jewel. Okay? He has not robbed it. But that person believes that, okay, Sri Krishna has robbed it. It's stories. So always remember this, he provokes that person. So here he is provoking Arjuna to perform an action. The moment he performs an action, not be performing those actions, period. So he goads him and says, go kill him. But Arjuna remembers his teachings. See, we have to remember the teachings at these kind of moments in time. It is something which happens to the person, he forgets the main teachings. Okay? And we start doing something which is called adjustments in life. We fall into it. Okay? Now let us say there are friends who go out for a drink. And there is one teetotaler. He is not drunk any time. It happens with most of the children when they are just growing up, in college level or just at 10th standard, 8th standard, 9th standard level. What happens is all the friends, they are going for this, picnic or something like that. And they all want to smoke and drink and they want to try out. And there is this one boy who is not interested in it. But the provocation is so high. They will challenge him. Hey, you are looking like this. Hey, you should not. And they will keep on provoking him to that level. The poor fellow, to show his, oh, I am gutsy, he will go and drink. You challenge a young person, he will do it. These challenges, these kind of things are provocations. It is called enticement. Remember this. Even Jesus Christ was enticed, you know that, no? In the desert, he was told by the devil. It's the same thing. Human beings are petty. The enticements are too many. Oh, it's okay. I'll watch this TV. It's okay. We'll watch this TV. Later on, I will do the work. It's okay. Just now I will do this. Later on, I will do. How many times have you done this? Everybody does it, You are not supposed to. But you go and do it. So this is what happens. So, Arjuna is being provoked. Now see what happens. Sutta said, although Krishna, who was examining Arjuna in religion, encouraged Krishna to kill Arjuna to kill the son of Dronacharya, Arjuna, a great soul, did not like the idea of killing him, although Ashwathama was a heinous murderer of Arjuna's family members. So now you understand how this works. You will find that Arjuna understands that this fellow has done something bad. And he has done something bad and he should be punished, no doubt about it, but not such a bad act, like cutting off his head or something like that. Understand one thing, only the worst type of people will do this kind of an action. If somebody is doing bad to you and you are doing the same to that person, What is the difference between you and that person? Ask yourself this question. Okay, somebody is deliberately doing some action, and you also are giving him back. If you are going to give that person back in the same way, then what is the difference between that person and you? Both of you are in the same boat. So that is the reason why Arjuna remembers at that point in time his religious teachings. And even though he is encouraged by Krishna to kill that Ashwathama, he says, no, I will not kill him. And he says, this action should not be performed. So he is just bound him. And then what does he do? He takes Ashwathama to meet Draupadi. Because let her perform the action that is necessary. If she says, cut off his head, then he will cut off his head. So, verse 41, after reaching his own camp, Arjuna, along with his dear friend and charioteer, that is Shri Krishna, entrusted the murderer unto his dear wife, who was lamenting for her murdered sons. 42, Sutta said, Draupadi then saw Ashwathama, who was bound with rope like an animal, and silent for having enacted the most inglorious murder. Due to her female nature and due to being naturally good and well behaved, she showed him due respect as a Brahmana. She could not tolerate Ashwathama being bound by ropes, and being a devoted lady, she said, release him, for he is a Brahmana or spiritual master. Now, here you will find that Draupadi is enacting a role of a devout wife and a grieving mother. 5 children of her are killed. Now the last ceremony has to be done. All these things are there in front of her. If you lose one person in your life, aren't you grieved? Very dear to you, your own nearest relative. Could be father, mother, husband, children, wife, whoever that is very close to you. If something like that happens, of course you are going to be very upset about it. Got the point? So, when she sees him bound like that and brought in front, she is a woman and a devout woman at that. Got it? So what does she do? She is having the karuna in her body. She is forgiving him. And that is the greatest thing a person can do. There is an enemy in front of you, and that person has done the heinous of the acts. If you are going to do the same, even though it is the call of action is that itself, you have to give it back to that person. And if you do that, then do you understand you are performing the same action to that person, and it can lead you to a very great downfall in your spiritual world. In the material world you are a winner, but in your spiritual world you are a big failure. Let us say if there is a fight going on in the family between 2 brothers for property purposes. There is one brother who is really acting very mean. He has gone to the extent of taking his father's signature on the deathbed, and he is trying to take away everything. The other person says, what can I do? I cannot do this action. And he behaves in a very decent manner. He says at the end of the day, he is only my brother. I have to be kind to him. He wants the property, let him take it. God is there, we will get it. If there is something written in our life, we will get it. Would you consider this person as great or no? Remember one thing. To do a wrong act is the easiest thing in the world. But to do the right action is extremely difficult. Many years ago, Mahatma Gandhi was shot by a person, and instead of saying that you have to do something wrong to him, he said forgive him. He doesn't know. Then another great person is also known to us. Jesus Christ is on the cross. And what is he saying to the Romans and the Jews and everybody who is standing in front of him? Are they not provoking him? Are they not saying something bad to him? They have put a crown on his head saying that he is the king of the Jews. And that too, what kind of a crown? Crown made with thorns. They have hurt him in the sides. They have put him on the cross, nailed him to the cross. And yet, he is looking up to his Father in heaven, God Almighty, and says to him, he says, forgive them, Lord, for they do not know what they are doing. That is forgiveness. So here it is the same action being performed by Draupadi. There is another thing which is very important. He is the son of the Guru. The Guru is always considered as a Brahman. Brahman means the knower of Brahma, the knowledge incarnate. See, we have to pay respect to our Gurus and sages and saints. When you meet a Guru, you are not just supposed to be standing over there looking at him like that. You are supposed to bow down to him, touch his feet. It's an action which needs to be performed whether you like it or not. This is what we have been taught by our ancestors, and it is written in our scriptures as well. We have to always pay respect to the elders. It could be your brother also, it could be your sister also. They are elder to you and you are meeting them after a long time. Are we not supposed to touch their feet? That is the first thing you are supposed to do. You have to touch the feet of the elders. And we have to be very kind to them. See, you have to know that there are many a times in our life we will come across a situation where it doesn't appeal to us. Like if the person comes in front of you, your blood may boil. You may get very angry. Maybe that person has taken away your property. Maybe that person has taken away your money. Maybe that person is a very mean and a bad person. He might have gone to jail. He might have done something heinous. And yet, when this person comes in front of you, if this is a person of that caliber, you have to not treat him badly. You have to give respect. This is what has been taught to us by our scriptures and by our holy books. We should not have any grievance against this person at all. And that is what is done by Draupadi. She is very clear in her religious knowledge. She says, she looks at Ashwathama, though her blood is, angry because Ashwathama is a person who has killed her children. Imagine, later on also there is going to be an action where she is supposed to put in her hair the blood of the person who has tried to rape her or whatever. Isn't it? This action is dangerous. This action is bad. So, and she is a kind person. They're very emotional. Women are very emotional. Can anybody tell you how a woman's mind is going to work at any given moment in time? Can you tell me? There is no way of knowing how a woman's mind works. You may think that this is a very important thing that she is supposed to do just now. Okay? A simple action, even in the kitchen. I'm telling you, this is a very funny thing which you should observe. If she is going to cut an onion, you know what she will do? She will take the cutting board and the knife and the onion, and she will cut one, and something will appear in her mind. She will keep the onion there itself, and then she will go to the fridge and she will try to take out something else. Suddenly when she is taking out that something else comes in her mind. She will go to her phone and say, oh, somebody had sent me a message in the morning, I have to respond. Then she will go to the phone to respond. And then she will say, now I am feeling hungry, I should take one laddu lying in the fridge and eat it. So she will eat that. And then somebody will come on the door and she will go over there, and after 1 hour she remembers that she has, one onion which she has just cut, only removing the head. Then she will come back over there and then she will say, oh, now it has become very late. Can I keep this in the fridge? I will use it next time. Now tell me something, is there logic in anything that has happened till just now? The woman's mind is not logical the way a man's mind works. Man's mind works 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A woman's mind will work 1, 7, 2, 5, 10, 9, somewhere. It is all because they are wired differently. I am not saying anything wrong with them. This is not wrong. Somebody has to be like this, somebody has to be like that. See, if everything is the same, if everything is iRobot, iRobot, the movie you have seen, every robot looks the same, then what is the point? Is life going to be good? If, let us say, you are a man and your wife is, Bolo Prannath, मैं तुम्हारे लिए कॉफी बना के लाती हूँ. If this is a kind of a behavior of a woman, my dear fellow, you are going to be very bored with her the next day. Okay? But because she will say she will make coffee and she will go and do something completely different. And after half an hour she will remember that, oh, I told you I'm going to give you tea, and she will come and give you black tea. But I never asked for it. No, but I told you I'm going to give you. No, you said you were going to give me coffee. Oh, coffee, I forgot to tell you. Coffee is over. Did you see the whole point of all this conversation? There is no logic in her world. That is the reason why they cannot go to war for this reason. Please, it is nothing against them. They are good in their own world. They can create a lot of beautiful stuff in this world. Okay? They are very creative. They take care of the children. They take care of the household. They are very good. They are loving creatures, no doubt about it. But don't expect logic out of them. There is no logical person in that world. And men also. Only 1% men in this world are actually logical. 99% of them are just like lost in their own mind. So don't believe that men are also like that. Men are also idiots. Okay? Nothing great. And maybe some rare woman who will be very logical. Rare. Maybe she got mixed up in the, in that whatever. So, here her answer is very, release him. Naturally, Arjuna and everybody is aghast at it. But they can't say anything. She says, he is a Brahmana. He is the son of our Guru. So we have to release him. Don't bind him like this. We go to the next verse. This is Verse 43, she could not tolerate Ashwathama being bound by ropes, and being a devoted lady, released him, for he is a Brahmana, our spiritual master. It was by Dronacharya's mercy that you learned the military art of throwing arrows and the confidential art of controlling weapons. Verse 45, Dronacharya is certainly still existing, being represented by his son. His wife Kripi did not undergo a sati with him because she has a son. Now, here, what is her justification? The justification which Draupadi is giving, which Sutta is telling his disciples. Sutta is telling his disciples. Remember this whole thing. Sutta is saying, see, Draupadi's justification is very clear. She is a very religious lady. She is very kind and compassionate as well. And knowing that he is Dronacharya's son, and Dronacharya is dead. Okay. Dronacharya died in that war. You remember the story, isn't it? Where they kill the elephant and they say Ashwathama is dead. That story is there. So in the Mahabharata, this has happened. So he is dead, he is gone. They have put him out to fire. Everything is finished. But his wife has not performed the sati action. Now the sati action is something which is today not permitted by the society also. Sati in olden times was the woman will sit on the burning pyre of that man and will die along with him. That could have happened millions of years ago. We don't know about it. It is not an action which is permitted today. And a person should not perform this action. So she has not done this action. Why? Because her son was there. Ashwathama is there. She says, for Ashwathama's sake, I am going to continue to live. I have to take care of him. Ashwathama is a grown-up person, no doubt about it. But a mother will always consider him as a young one only, isn't it? Always remember this. Even you may be 40, 50 or 60 years old also, and if you have your mother and all, naturally she is going to consider you like that. He is still small. What? He is 50 years old and yet he is small? You will wonder, how can a person talk like that? But no, according to them, he is still the junior. Like that. So, she has not performed those actions of going into the pyre. And here Draupadi is right in the action that she does. She tells that you please release him. Otherwise, Dronacharya's entire legacy will be gone. Right? O most fortunate one who knows the principles of religion, it is not good for you to cause grief to glorious family members who are always respectable and worshipable. Now, what is Sutta Goswami saying over here? Sutta Goswami is giving a religious background over here. He says Draupadi performing this action where she forgives Ashwathama and says that, okay, what you have done, I can't do much about it. Can I bring my dead children back? I can't. What you have done is a dangerous action. It's a very heinous act. This is an act which is not at all permitted by religion and otherwise also. In the normal sense also, you are not supposed to do this. But I am going to follow the religious order and I am going to release you. So Sutta is telling his disciples who are sitting in front of him, this lady knows the principles of religion. Very perfect in what she is saying. It is not good to cause grief to the glorious family members. Now this is something which you need to know. See, if you have a mother and a father, always remember the mother's way of behaving with the father is different than she behaves with the children. Correct? Now she has lived with this man for many years. So she is always going to be taking his side. I'm talking of a religious person, okay? Somebody who is a normal human being. you cannot say that she is doing something wrong. No. You cannot shout at her, you cannot say that what you are doing is wrong, because she is anyway going to take the side of her husband. That is her birthright. Please remember this. So suppose if you meet someone, okay, your friend, and this person is a really religious person, and you start talking bad about her husband, this woman will definitely going to pounce on you and say, you cannot talk like this to me. And you are not supposed to talk like that to her. Alright, this is something which we need to know and understand. Religion doesn't permit you to give back to this person or speak ill about another person. It is not allowed. If you do that, if you say that this person is bad or this person is not good, then you are doing an irreligious act. So, you should never cause grief to the family members who is always respectful and worshipable. See, remember this. We have to worship the parents and the senior members of our family, as well as our guru and whoever is connected with the guru. You cannot be mean to those people also. You cannot speak ill or board ill to them. It is something which is a religious action. If you are irreligious, then you are going to speak bad about them. You are going to shout at this person. You are going to make that person feel bad. No, you are not supposed to. You are not supposed to hurt anyone. Never cause grief to another person. And here Draupadi understands these religious principles very well. And these religious principles are there in the Sanatana Dharma. We are very, very dharmic people. Shri Krishna is always on the side of Dharma. If you do something contrary to this action, if you don't give respect, or if you treat them badly, or you say something bad about them, which is causing them misery or grief, then you are in the wrong. You will have to pay for it. And this is what you have to bear in mind at all points in time. My Lord, this is verse number 47. Do not make the wife of Dronacharya cry like me. I am aggrieved by the death of my sons. She need not cry constantly like me. See the greatness of her heart. She is telling Arjuna, don't kill him, don't do anything bad to him. To whom? To Ashwathama. See, if Ashwathama is also killed, then his mother, Kripi, who is there, remember, she will also have to cry till the end of her life, isn't it? Remember that? Do you know in the Mahabharata, in the last scene where everybody from the Kauravas side is dead, and the Kauravas' mother is standing over there. You remember she has got that patti on her eyes. She is very upset that her children are all dead and all these, Pandavas have won. So she curses Krishna during that time. What is the curse? She curses him that, see, she has to also see her children later on, isn't it? Because they have to be cremated. Now she says to Krishna, just the way I am seeing these dead children of mine, you will also watch your entire family killed in front of your eyes. Everybody is going to die, and you will watch it and you are going to feel sad about it. And this is the curse she gives Krishna as well. And that is the reason why in the last chapter in this entire cantos, you will find that Shri Krishna is dying in Prabhasa. And his entire family is first lying dead over there in front of his eyes. Finally he dies. So this is what a wrong action is. She has cursed Krishna. And Krishna in his goodness accepts the curse. This is something which Krishna does. Krishna always accepts all the wrong things in this world. From everybody, whoever has a problem, he will accept it. He is the greatest one of all times. You should know this. So, she says that you should not be doing this because Dronacharya's wife should also not feel the same like I am feeling with my children all lying dead. She should not be crying because her son should be alive. Got the point? So verse 48 we will do. If the kingly administrative order being unrestricted in sense control offends the Brahmana order and enrages them, then the fire of the rage burns up the whole body of the royal family and brings grief upon all. Now, this is something which we need to understand. When something like this is done to the Brahmanas, your guru is also the Brahmana. Please understand this. He may be a Shudra caste also. He may be the worst caste on earth also. See, the caste system and all is all nonsense, but still. But in your world, he is the Brahmana. Okay, you will find that Mirabai's guru was a tanner by profession. But she has to consider him as a great soul, as a Brahman. Why? The knower of Brahma, enlightened person. So when there is this kind of a person and you do anything bad to them or their family members, it is going to be the worst action. In another scripture it is written that if somebody does something wrong to the Brahmanas or the Gurus, their wives or their children, they will go to the worst hell called Kumbhapika. That's the worst hell. That is the last of the hells. So there is a scriptural mention of this. That is why we are not supposed to do anything wrong to the family members as well. Alright? So, the kingly administrative order being unrestricted in sense control offends the Brahmana order and enrages them. If those people, if you do this action against them and they get enraged and they can say whatever that comes to their mind, it can be a curse to you. And that is the reason why we should never get into that state with anybody. Okay? Then the fire of that rage burns up the whole body of the royal family and brings grief upon all. Then not only the royal family, whoever has done something wrong, that person will suffer, but the entire family of that person will suffer. So if Arjuna would have caught, this Ashwathama and cut off his head and brought the head to Draupadi, his entire family, the Pandavas' entire family would be literally suffering till the end of their life. And in the future lifetimes also they will have to keep on suffering. This is what is mentioned in the scriptures. And that is the reason why we should not get into this. So we will do verse 49. Sutta Goswami said, O Brahmana, King Yudhishthir fully supported the statements of the queen, which were in accordance with the principles of religion and were justified, glorious, full of mercy and equity, and without duplicity. So, here you will find that her husband, Draupadi's husband, Yudhishthir, I'm sure you know who Yudhishthir is. Okay? He is Dharma, known for that. Remember, in one of the cases where he has to answer that particular person who was occupying the lake, Brahma Rakshasa, right? So he is the only one who answers correctly. He is always on the side of Dharma, as we are supposed to understand. So he takes the side of his wife and says, yes, what Draupadi has done is correct. We should forgive this man and we should not cut off his head. So let him lose. And whatever action that he has done, which is in accordance with the principles of the religion, are justified, glorious, full of mercy, equity, and without duplicity. These are the words which he uses, which are very, very important for us to always live by. They should always be justified according to our scriptures. If there are people getting killed in another country, which you know very well, and we also do the same thing, are you doing something nice according to the scriptures, or are you doing something bad? And this is what our Dharma teaches us. Sanatan Dharma doesn't ask you to go and do the same action which that person has done. It says, no, you have to restrict yourself. You have to be a good self. The only religion which has been existing for time immemorial is Hinduism or Sanatan Dharma, if you know that very clearly. The other religions have come into existence now. The reason being, we are always tolerant towards all these things. It may boil your blood, knowing about all the things that are going wrong in this world. There are many people who came into India. Like the Christians came, the Britishers came, the entire Europeans came. Before that, the Muslims came. The Genghis Khan came. Even the Persians came. All these people have entered India. Have we denied them anything? No. Today we don't deny anybody anything. Why? Because we do not consider them like that. We consider them as Atiti Devo Bhava. Yes, you may say they have done something wrong. They have captured us. They have, divided India. They have done so many bad things. But if you understand this scripture, if you understand what is Dharma, Dharma is a place where you have to live very generously, peacefully, kindly, forgiving people. This is what is to be done. If you go and do the same thing like any other Dharma, then what is the difference between you and them? I hope you understand. If somebody is blowing up, yesterday, I think 2-3 days ago, somebody went and killed, some 15 people on the streets. Driving a car. Why? Hatred for somebody? Or burning a Tesla, something like that they did. That is their nature. You are not supposed to become like that. Let them do whatever they feel like. Your nature is not supposed to be tainted like that. And that is why you have to be justifiable, glorious in your approach to all these things. Full of mercy, always be merciful. Have equity. The mind should not be swayed in this kind of a situation. Let the other person do whatever they feel like. Okay? And we should not have duplicity. Duplicity means going behind their back and killing them. No. That is a heinous act. We are not supposed to do. And Yudhishthir says about his wife, she has taken the right action and I support her in that. So we have come to the end of verse 49. We will stop over here.
Recording stopped.